I was going to say, your options here, you try and match scaling for scaling, or you go for a kill lane. And I think it's pretty clear they've gone for the kill lane. Ash Seraphine are going to be so vulnerable against the Blitzcrank. This is why Andal they're dialed in, they're focused. Ooh. It's mano a mano.
True. Well, you can see Casting, he started it up. Ruthless Predator going to connect this time around. He's got the dice ready. It's almost just a solo kill as the flash forward.
Like the Aurelion Sol, terrible against the Seraphine. Whereas a lot of the components on Quantum Freaks is single target damage. You know, the Corki is more for bursty assassin now. Camille and Jin and Blitz are all good at like bursting out one target. So the value for the Seraphine may not be as good as Andal got in that game one. Oh, Beryl.
Yeah, able to sidestep the hook. Andal down to about 50%, but Def not wanting to walk into the fog of war. This is
unhealthy.
Somewhat subpar as old here. He's jumped a little bit further forward than he would otherwise like. He's casting once again almost towards a solo kill, and he's now looking to try and deliver this one over to BDD. It doesn't quite work out, and Casting's going to have to tell. Oh! He walks back and gets himself killed. He was like, no. In game number one, to make sure that his debut wasn't against a champion that he has struggled into the past. That is a great shove, though, from BDD onto Andal, but already it started off poorly here for KT. A 1-for-1 in the end. Support for Jungler is now Beryl. That encore was not it. Now Def will finally turn up. Another phenomenal seismic shove going to come in as Def finally has the arrows, but it's just not going to be enough. Leaper dives on top of him, and it's a triple, almost a quadra kill for Bulldog. Well, but Bulldog just right-clicked. And now Andal's in the top lane, and that is a nice little hook. Going to be set up brilliantly there. The Dominus not quite going to be enough, but at least the Q doing some work. And now a flash forward from Pyoshik finds the punch under the Camille once again. Debut series.
It's all mind games all the way down.
It's glorious. I love that when there's layers, you know, layers upon layers.
Like an onion.
Uh-huh.
Or an ogre.
Indeed. I was wondering whether you Unless Quantum Freaks have something to say about it. Blast Cone available for Cuz, opts out of it here as the Drake is going to be picked up. Hook once. Maybe if the hook had landed from Andal, then everything's different. As soon as the hook doesn't land, they back away from it. There it is landing this time around. Very easy on a stationary target. And Def now just getting completely torn to shreds. Valkyrie forward from Bulldog, cleanse from Deft. He gets out of dodge, but BDD may not be in a good enough position. And now Casting, he's making his way in 3 low health members. This is so scary, and the seismic shove onto the rocks from BDD, and he secures his target, and now this huge crocodile.
Get baited in, Casting TPs through, they'll get the tower as well, and suddenly we have a pretty significant gold lead for the side of KT. 3,000 ahead right now. Quantum Freaks will take the Herald as a compensation prize, but that is all they will get. And KT, game's in a much better spot than that game one.
Perfect was often one of these more utility-based top laners. I'm going to have to hold that thought for a moment. BDD in trouble. Hook going to connect. And there it is. Encore not going to be landing here either as Andal just trying to get out of there, and will be able to do so. Cuz tanking up the turret for him.
Yeah, good teammate Cuz tanking that one up for him. Very long CC change.
Yeah, I feel like that snare lasted for way too long. I was like, hang on a second. Are we going to have a pause? But we did. It was just Andal, and it is just as intended as
I
now.
don't think you're outplaying this. I don't think there's any...
No. Can you get the ultimate out of Pyoshik is the question, I guess, that you can ask. And the answer is no, you can't. As Pyoshik going to do some Overwatch tactics here as he's looking to try and... something to do with this Talia for BDD. He has been extraordinarily good on this champion throughout his entire career. Yeah. Just completely defeated. Oh... It was beautiful.
That was hilarious.
It's
not as bad for Leaper, but for Bulldog, they're looking for play.
Yeah, although this is kind of just Cuz right now. He's just fighting Casting. Dudu will eventually make his way down and does try and keep him in position. There is the Dominus. They do have the dice as well. Casting is actually not wanting to use it because he has teammates coming down as well, and Quantum Freaks starting to realize that they have overstayed their welcome. Good flash from Cuz. Probably double it as well.
I'm ready for it to happen here.
Yeah, as okay, the Dragon down to 50% as now Andal's just flashing forward, manages to get the hook, but he's taking so much damage. He's first one to go down. BDD goes golden as well to survive through it, and now the Ash is tearing them to shreds. Casting gets amongst it. He's going down like paper, like you were saying, but Deft is still raining hell on them. There's the weave as well. The flash comes out from Dudu, and Quantum Freaks are just pushed away from this Dragon Pit.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem, they didn't have the Maokai ult, and yes, they managed to get in and get on top of BDD, but the follow-up isn't there in time. I think it was actually Beryl who pushed forwards to block the fourth shot from the Jin.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
There's the arrow. Seismic Shove is going to be avoided as Bulldog not CC'd quite long enough. And that was a very short-range arrow. So incredibly quickly. Yeah, and KT, you probably knew exactly what was happening here. You saw all of them converge, but that is just a free Baron. It's a hook as well. As now Beryl, he had to flash to get out of the way of that one, but he cannot flash again, so he's just dead. So it's not only a Baron, but it's also
right there. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't.
Nope. Controller was kind of ignored in like this weird way that it just wasn't going to be enough. Is Arrow going to connect onto Leaper here? He flashes over the wall after the cleanse. That's both summoner spells now down. Weaver's Wall coming in. Arndil in no man's land, and Dudu is with him and is now casting. He's going to come in. The Hextech ultimatum to try and avoid some of the damage, and Kwangdong Freaks get the first 2 kills of the fight. BDD looking for more. The health bars are so incredibly low. Is BDD finally able to go into that Zhonya's to keep himself alive? Leaper finds the shot and just ends the Renekton, and now Cuz flashes forward with the Bramble Smash.
Collector, IE, and a Dick, if he autos any squishy, which is everyone, it's just going to do so much damage.
Well, Dudu is going to spot Pyoshik here. Or Pyoshik spotted or someone. There was some scouting done by both. Mike was lethality Jin. That just felt terrible.
Now you have a bit of both, you know, bit of lethality, bit of crit,
yeah,
a lot of damage.
Yeah, I like the crit version a whole lot more. As Seismic Shove going to go wide. There is the Nature's Grasp. As OK Andil not going to quite find the hook, as there it is. Cease and desist, and they say no to Bulldog. He is very, very dead. KT finding a little bit of respite here, as that push didn't quite work out for the Kwangdong Freaks.
Yep, that QSS sitting in Bulldog's inventory, not doing anything in that situation.
That's an expensive paperweight at that point in time, as Pyoshik doesn't have cease and desist now, but there's the Weaver's Wall from BDD. Looks for the opportunity on the Leaper, who just walks over to the side. Andil might be taken down here as Pyoshik in trouble. Def just flying forward, finds the Jin. BDD once again and expertly used Zhonya's just to bait them through. And Dudu couldn't find any. So this is going to be KT's advantage with all 5 members here. They've got the healing from the Seraphine as well. They just need to keep Cuz out of the pit. That is all they have to do. Is now Bulldog. He is once again going to eat a cease and desist, and he's all by himself. Casting dives over the Baron wall as well, and KT, an expertly played Baron. They will be able to lock that one down, and I think right now it's looking really difficult because the gold has swung back once again. Inner turret's now starting to fall down.
Still not that big of a lead though.
Lifesteal in the build right now. And there is the Dragon secured by the Kwangdong Freaks. So both teams on Soul Point now. Kwangdong Freaks do also have Dudu in a side lane. And KT, what they want is to just take an inhibitor in trade. They might be able to get there, as Dudu actually decided to go back to the wave to try and challenge. This inhibitor is not long for the world, so they want to get at least something. But casting, he goes back. The curtains have now been called, and the Weaver's Wall will be able to knock Leaper out of it, even though the Edge of Night was there as BDD. He's getting taken down low, but he has that Zhonya's. As now Bulldog going to get pushed back. BDD thrown into the thick of things, though, as there's Leaper's cleanse, and casting trying to get up there, but he can't really do it. Dudu is just a monster as Beryl's flashing away, and they've lost both of their carries, and now Leaper, another just explosion of crit damage on top of this Renekton. Beryl can't do anything. And this new 80 carry for the Kwangdong Freaks is popping off.
He's doing so much work. KT overcommitting to the base. Perfect lineup for not only the Jin ult, but the flank that comes through. And now it's only the Vi alive. The death timers are long. The waves are there. They're going to look for the end here and now.
Let's see what they can do. They've got that wave turning up towards that bottom side. They can tank up these turret shots as well to try and keep this wave alive for as long as possible. Pyoshik, he's going to need a miracle, but I just don't think he's going to be able to buy enough time. He needs 13 seconds on BDD, and he just will not have it. The Kwangdong Freaks, a 2-0 in their debut match of summer. Leaper comes out and says, World Championship bottom lane? Nah. That's not what I'm interested in. Another hook for Arndil. And the Kwangdong Freaks take the 2-0.
And it's a convincing series. It's a really strong performance.